Hey everybody, so I just wanted to jump on here today and leave my review for Evil Dead Rise. Now before I begin, I do want to admit a little confession. I'm really sorry if I offend any Evil Dead fans, but I've actually never seen any of the Evil Dead movies from like the 80s, the Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell ones. I've only seen one other Evil Dead film, and that was the one that came out about 10 years ago, I think. So the most recent Evil Dead film is the only one that I've watched. I know at some point this year I need to sit down and actually watch the classic and cult films that are Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, all of them, I know. And I will get to those because I think Sam Raimi is a genius. But for now, I'm going to give my review for Evil Dead Rise. I went into this movie really with no expectations at all because I don't know this world that well. I just wanted to have a good time because I love horror, as you can tell. And I just thought this movie from the trailer looked really spooky. I thought aesthetically it looked really well done. And I was excited. I had never really seen anything by Cronin before, the man behind this movie. But I could just say that the makeup job and the look of like how the mom ends up looking once she becomes possessed really took my interest. But also, I love a good use of blood. I don't need to see gore like to an extent, but I don't mind it once in a while, and trust me, this movie is nothing but blood. It is pretty awesome at that same time. I kept thinking about just how making this movie must have just been a really mind-blowing experience because you are covered like head to toe in blood. It is just wild. So the movie is very entertaining in that regard. I think it goes really quick. They don't waste any time. We're about maybe 10 to 15 minutes in, and the movie already starts with those flesh-possessing demons just coming at the mom, and from there, it just does not let up. Like, there's not one moment where you think something could happen in, the best way for this family to somehow beat this thing. Nope. There's like a mini earthquake that kind of occurs, and all of a sudden, the demons are let out due to one of the children's negligence, but that's okay. We wouldn't have a movie unless that happened. So we don't really go to see these movies, I think, much for a story. We go for just a really bloody good time, and that's exactly what you're going to get. There is another subplot that kind of happens, like we see briefly in the beginning, and it also kind of closes with that same separate storyline, which I felt was a little out of place. That was just my take anyway. I was more focused on the primary story here, which is this mom and her children and the mom becoming possessed. And I have to say, Alyssa Sutherland, I believe that's her name, who plays the mom, does an incredible job. There's a sequence where she's just like, you could probably see this in the trailer, where she's just standing like on the shower and she is screaming, like screeching to where your ears could literally just explode if you don't cover them. It's haunting, and I thought it was really well done. I thought the acting was fun. I thought the use of the blood, again, was so over the top, but I know that Evil Dead is about camp. This movie, though, is not so much campy. It is very horrific, yet the usage of the blood can feel campy, yet it's done so well. I think the use of that was just really well done, and I was just loving every second of it. So I think Evil Dead Rise, while it's not going to be one of those horror movies that I think is going to maybe stand the test of time, I do feel like it's one of those that you can enjoy with friends, go with a loved one. If you're really into some really gory slasher kind of demonic force kind of film, this is the movie for you. So definitely check it out. And if not, you could wait till it comes to streaming. Either way, it's fun, whether at home. But, the theater experience, as I always will say, is the best way to watch any movie. So check it out. I definitely recommend. It's a really fun treat. This is the first horror movie, I think, kind of to launch before summer starts. Right before Scream 6, of course. So we had Scream 6, now this one. But it's a really good time. I enjoyed it. So let me know what your thoughts were down below if you've seen Evil Dead Rise, and if you enjoyed it, if you plan on seeing it. And let me know if what your favorite original Evil Dead movie is, if you've seen those as well, so I know to look out for those ones. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.